don't mind the eye look. I am working on another video, but today I have four products that I want to try out. We have got the new NYX Professional Bear With Me Blurring Tint Foundation. I'm so excited to try this. If you've watched my channel, you know that my heart belongs to the Bear With Me Concealer Serum, so I had to try this. We have got the new Lumi Bronzer from e.l.f. I have got this Cheek Freak Blush Balm from About Face, as well as this new mascara that I'm very excited to try, hoping it works out well. The new Milani Lash Extending Tubing Technology Mascara. This is the highly rated lash extensions tubing mascara. So we're going to try that out. I'm hoping that this is like the Thrive Cosmetics one. Never tried it, but we're going to try this today. So let's go ahead and prep the face. I did do some IT Cosmetics lotion, but I'm also going to go in with the Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal with a little bit of my setting spray sprayed over top of it. I inadvertently seen a couple of reviews on this foundation, and everybody says it's very matte, which I'm very shocked by. So I am really trying to properly prep my face. So if you're wondering about this eye look and these swatches, I'm currently also filming a video for the Pantone Color of the Year, which is this beautiful Viva Magenta. So if you want to see that full look, go check out my other video. I've lotioned twice. Let's do a little spritz for a little moisture. And let's, I guess, jump into this and hope for the best. Because my face is not happy at the moment. I don't know what is going on with my face, but it's not happy. Like, I have this pimple up here. I have this issue. I had one there that I think it's covering up. I had a couple other issues. I'm like, what is happening to me? This says medium coverage matte blurred finish. Okay, well, it says it right there that it's matte. I guess nobody read the back. My shade is Casper. Shade 1 Pale. So let's do a little, okay, even though that's pale, that is quite yellow in undertone. So let's see, how do I best, probably a sponge sprayed is going to be my best option here, I'm hoping. So I think what I'm first going to do is put it where I want the most coverage. Look how far that's already spreading, and I still have all of this on my hand. I'm trying not to do like the typical TikToker thing or YouTube thing where they literally spread so much on their face. It's ridiculous. And now, look, I still have all of that. So even 2 squirts was probably too much. I'm going to take my sponge and blend this in. Oh, I think that had blush on it. I sure did. Uh-oh. Let me wipe that off. I'm going to put a little bit back on my chin. Yeah, that bottom side has blush on it. Awesome. It definitely dries down quick, so you probably want to do this in sections, like put it on, blend it, and then move on, because it's almost not wanting to move now. So definitely 2 pumps was too much. Way too much. Like, I just assumed that I would need that full amount, and I did not. 1 pump was definitely enough to cover my face. And even then, I don't know if I really am enjoying it or not. It's definitely clinging on to my dry skin right there. Let me look over it again. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm really getting that blurred effect. Maybe a little bit, but I'm so hung up on how dry that, like, I can't see past that to see the blurring, if that makes sense. So here's what it looks like. It's definitely creasing in my wrinkles, that's for sure. Not really wanting to blend out either. Like, I can see the blurring effect on my nose, especially, because there's not like a lot of dry area on my nose. But where there is dryness, it just has grabbed onto it. So let's go ahead and see how the concealer serum reacts with this matte foundation. Like, these are 2 completely different finishes, I guess is the word I'm looking for here. Because this, like I said, is a concealer serum. It's very creamy and movable, whereas this is very matte. Like they don't really seem to match up as a set. Maybe they're not a set. Maybe they're supposed to just be their own individual items, but seeing as how they're both the Bear With Me line, you would think that they would go together. So I guess we'll find out. Sometimes you get these products like the foundation and the concealer, and where they meet, you will have issues, and I'm hoping that that is not the case here. So far, so good. They seem to be meeting fine. Like there's no issue, there's no line, there's no separation or anything like that, which, like I said, is unfortunately sometimes an issue even with products that come out from the same line. So I'm lightly going to set it with some of the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. My face does not need set at all. It's dry as a bone. So let's go ahead and move into this blush. The About Face Blush Balm, Cheek Freak Blush Balm in Smash. I believe you can also use this on your lips if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up. I stand corrected. This says nothing about putting it on your lips. I'm going to take my Jelly Pop stippling brush. That's pretty. It's coming off a little more pink than I thought. Let's try it with the sponge. Yeah, I like that color better. Honestly, the application on both sides looks the same. Like, there's no streakiness or anything coming from the stippling brush. So either way, it seems to do fine. I think just maybe my brush had some other blush in it that kind of messed with the color. Oh, that's really pretty. It's got kind of a natural glow to it. Or that may be the L'Oreal underneath everything. Oh, I like that. Very nice. I don't know if that's really any better, though, than the e.l.f. Putty blush that is much cheaper. This is $18. The putty blush is half. So while I like it, I probably would recommend you stick with the putty blush. Also, mine came completely disconnected from the pan, so we love that. I'm excited to try this, the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. I'm wondering if this has or will be any different than the regular. And I actually really love the regular putty blush. I use two different shades, one for contour and one for bronzing. I'm going to use this one for bronzing, and this is in the shade Summer Fridays. And I'm going to use the technique that I discovered in the Allie Glines video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, where she used like this kind of a flat brush and then applied it. I absolutely love that. Do I have pink eyeshadow in my ear? Sure enough, too. I like it. It's got like that golden sheen to it. Very pretty. Probably will absolutely be wonderful come summertime. This is Honey Drip. This is what I typically use. So here's Honey Drip. And then here we'll do, what is this shade again? Summer Fridays. So yeah, here's Honey Drip. Here's Summer Fridays. There's just a little bit more warmth and gold to the Summer Fridays one. Let's see how this does as nose contour. I have learned that nose contour is something that when I'm doing my makeup, have to have now. Like I used to think, oh, I could go without it, but now if I don't do it, I feel like I look odd. Yeah, did a great job, just like the regular. So for me, I don't see any difference in the formula or application, other than it has this little bit of a gold sheen, which makes it look much more warm and summery. So for me, I feel like I will definitely be pulling this one out more. Like I said, come spring and summertime when I want that glow back to my skin. Right now, I'm kind of still in that matte phase, typically, where I want it to, you know, my skin to be more matte. But yeah, I really like that. So now, here's what I'm really interested in. The mascara. Highly rated extensions. It says, flake-free tubing mascara for instantly longer and lifted lashes. 16-hour clump-proof, smudge-proof wear. Effortlessly removes with just warm water. It kind of shows like a little example right there of what it means by tubing. I've never tried a tubing mascara. I know LA Girl had one, but I never got around to trying it. And then, of course, we all know the tubing mascara from Thrive, which isn't this kind of giving Thrive packaging. Love this teal color, though. Absolutely beautiful. Here's what the wand looks like. Tubing mascara. Only one way to find out. Let's go. Can't really tell much because I did that wing liner. Initial impressions, it's hard to tell because of my liner, and it's very wet. It's a very wet formula, so be very careful. Like, I've already got an issue there I got to try to take care of. And I can feel it. It feels wet and heavy. So I don't know how I feel about that per se. So we'll probably have to wear that throughout the day, as well as this foundation. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning, so I plan to wear this all day. This eyeshadow's tripping me out. I'm going to wear this all day, and I'm going to check back in with you at the end of the day to see how the foundation has wore. And we'll also check in on this mascara, because like I said, right now I can just feel it. It is so wet and just it feels very heavy to me, which I'm not really a fan of. So I don't know how that's going to do, but we will check in on both of these at the end of the day, and I'll let you know what the verdict is. It is 8:30 p.m. We've had this on 9.5 hours. So let's take a look at the NYX Bear With Me Blurring Tint Foundation. Honestly, I can say it's held up very well throughout the day, because I have done dishes, I've put up Christmas decorations, what else have I done? I feel like I've just bounced all over the house doing stuff today. So, I mean, it's held up well, because I was sweating earlier. I don't think it's any surprise, though, that it definitely has emphasized any dryness that I have on my face. Even with doing the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, as well as the L'Oreal Glotion. Is this going to be for someone who's extremely dry, who has a lot of dry patches? Probably not. I don't think it's going to be the best if you have excessive dry skin. I think I can get away with it, especially if I start doing my skincare again. I was doing my skincare there for like a while, and my skin looked so good, and then I just stopped. So I really need to get into doing that. It's so hard. It's so hard in the evenings to sit down and to put all that effort into my skincare. But I know I need to do it. I know that I would benefit from it. Not only my skin, but like, you know, emotionally, mentally investing in myself. So maybe I can start that soon. I don't know why, but I'm kind of obsessed with the packaging. If I had to pick between this and like the NYX Born to Glow, I definitely would prefer the Born to Glow. It just is more my vibe as far as the finish. Maybe I'll do like a side-by-side of this on my TikTok. Be watching my TikTok. I might do a side-by-side of this to give you a little comparison, because these are two different spectrums as far as foundation goes. So do I like it? Did it blur? Yes. I could see some of the blurring effect, like especially across my nose. It did settle into my fine lines on my forehead. So it did have the blurring that it promised, but also like the matteness of it is extremely matte. There's no if, ands, or but if this is a matte foundation or not. So you have to take that into account, like how your skin is, and consider if that matte is going to benefit you. So now the tubing mascara, it's definitely there. I feel that this tubing mascara has given me a lot of length, which is good. I want length, but I also like volume. Like, I don't really stress about curl because my lashes just don't curl. But there's not much volume with this, and I will say it was I wonder, this was so wet when I initially put it on that it did transfer down onto my lower lash line. So I am wondering if over the course of time, as this dries out just a little bit, if it wouldn't be better in application. And the brush, you have to be careful with the brush. It is very hard, and you can very easily poke your eye. It's very reminiscent of the one Revlon mascara that I can't recall at the moment, that had that same brush that like you hit your eye and it's just game over. So I feel like this has promise, but on the first application, it's very wet and very heavy, and I don't like it as of right now. I'll continue to use it in the hopes that it'll get to like that sweet spot, but that's kind of frustrating when you get a mascara and it doesn't perform well straight off the bat. So those are my thoughts on those two products. The blush has done well, and so has the bronzer. Those are both very good, but I don't think I would pay the price to get another shade in that About Face cheek balm. I would just stick with the e.l.f. putty blushes, quite honestly. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.